Thinking that investment bankers work on Excel and PowerPoint the entire day, then you are only half right. Bankers day would include lot of tasks that they need to work upon. In this video, we are going to understand the day of an investment banker going through the entire hierarchy, that is starting from analyst to managing director level. Hello there, my name is Karan Damania. I am an ex-investment banker turned founder, and through encoding careers, we help you build successful career in finance. Let's get onto the screen and understand the day of an investment banker in detail. Alright, so let's start with day in the life of an investment banker. We are going to understand this by four time frames. Initially, we'll start with morning, then we will move to afternoon, and then we'll see evening and finally late evening. Based upon each phase of time, what is an investment banker doing? So let's get started with the first level of hierarchy, that is analyst, which is also termed as the hustler. So we will start with morning, where they are checking emails from seniors. What are the overnight changes that have happened on deals, and what are some recommendations from seniors? And they review financial models or decks submitted last night. So whatever they would have submitted to their seniors or clients, what are the inputs on them? So that is one thing. And finally, they begin working on market research or comp. So the entire day of an investment banker that we have put in over here is for the division of M&A and fundraising. We have not taken into consideration the sales and trading department, where their entire day would be very different from what people are working in this division that we are covering. So for this M&A and fundraise division, the analyst will start working on market research depending upon what kind of clients that they are working upon, or comps. So comps is like they are comparing companies in that particular industry. So that is how entire morning will look like. Next, we will move to the afternoon. Now morning time is starting around 8 and it goes up to around 11ish. From 12 p.m. the afternoon time starts, and the afternoon time is up to 4 p.m. During this 12 to 4 p.m., analyst is working upon updating Excel models, building slides, which is the most important task of an analyst, that is going through models and presentation. Sit in on internal team meetings. So once the entire team is in the office, before the lunch or after the post lunch, there is a team meeting where they are discussing about things. And finally, receive or review feedback from associate. So whatever things that analyst has worked upon, they will submit it to their associate and ask for feedback. And once they have feedback, they will start implementing them. Next, we will move to evening. Now, after 4 p.m. starts the evening time, which is from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. In the evening, analysts will make correction to pitch decks or financials. They will coordinate with multiple teams, that could be legal, research, senior bankers. Now, this is not a very big part of the entire analyst work role, because they are mostly considered to be on the execution part of things, that is working upon presentation, working upon models, working upon research. So the first point about making correction is what is major part, and then coordinating with multiple teams, that can be done alongside the associate. And finally, prepare draft for associate and VP review. So whatever work you have done for the entire day, in the evening you will start preparing drafts and start sending out to your associates or VP. So that is about the evening time. Finally, we have late evenings, which starts around 7 p.m., goes up to around 10 or 11. In the late evening, you will do final model reviews, last minute edits. Whatever models you have created before sending it out to the seniors or clients, you will have a review to it on your own and make all the necessary changes required on it. You will work on deliverables that are due next morning. So whatever things you have to submit first thing in the morning tomorrow, you will focus on completing that work. And final one is grab dinner at desk, power through with caffeine. During peak time of deals, you will have to work till late nights, and that all of the investment bankers have to do, because there is high pressure. Everything is working on very fast deadlines, and for that you will have to stay at your office and complete your dinner alongside the work. And there is a huge culture of coffee in investment bank, where to keep yourself active for the work, there is lot of coffee that is consumed by investment bankers. So that is an entire day of an analyst in investment banking. Next, we move to associate, who is also termed as deal executor. Let's start with associates morning. They are prioritizing tasks across 2 to 3 live deals. An associate will be having 2 to 3 live deals that he will be handed over, and his main task is to get the work execution part done from the analyst. So an associate will prioritize what are the work that has to be done on that particular deals, that is done in the morning. They will delegate work to analysts. So whatever the prioritized tasks are, they will now shift the work that is to be done to the analyst. And they are also reviewing updates from overnight work. Whatever emails have been exchanged by the seniors, by the clients to your team, they will have a review on it and get the work done. So that is about associates morning. Coming to the afternoon, they will join client calls or deal team huddles. In the afternoon, before lunch or after lunch, associates may be joining client calls or deal team huddles. So a lot of time when deals are going on, there is a lot of discussion that happens on how are we progressing on the deal, what are the next steps that we need to take. So that is what an associate will be doing. They will be going with their seniors, that could be AVP or VP, and there they will be discussing on what are the next steps that they are going to take. Coordinate across analysts, legal, and senior bankers. When deals are going on, alongside the work of investment banking team that is working upon pitch decks and working upon models, there is a lot of other work that needs to be done on the legal side, on the due diligence side, and that's where associate are coordinating with companies that are outside their firm and getting things done for the deal. That's where they are coordinating with legal team, they are coordinating with analysts to get the work done in the team, and senior bankers to update them about what's going on. And finally, guide analysts on model structure or slide content. When analysts join investment banking team, they do not have understanding about what are things expected from them, and the role of associates is to guide them on what are the structure, what are the SOPs that the investment bank follows, and when a deal is being worked upon, that is what associates are helping them with. In the evening, they will be having deep dive reviews. Whatever work the analysts have done on deliverables, that could be models, that could be pitch decks, now associates will be sitting across with them and having deep dive reviews to make sure that whatever things are being worked upon are in line with what is needed from them. Here they could review models, decks, due diligence materials on the ongoing deals. Next is communicate feedback clearly to analysts. Whatever changes are needed on those deliverables, that has to be communicated to them. Finally, draft emails or updates for clients or VPs. If the work that is done is completed, they will now send it to senior bankers for their review. And that is where email drafting and updating clients and VP. Finally, in the late evening, there will be final revisions or deliverable submission. There will be internal check-in with VPs for next day planning and keeping the deal on track and team aligned. At the end of the day, it is like a summary kind of thing. Whatever things you have done the entire day, you will be updating VPs or seniors about that. And finally, you are planning for the next day. So that is how entire day of an associate goes in an investment bank. Next, we will move to AVP, or in many of the investment banking firm, they could also be termed as senior associate, and they are the bridge between strategy and execution part of the deal. Let's start with the morning. In morning, they will review project pipeline and priority deals. What are the deliverables that are on the very deadline terms? So that is what they are reviewing. Sync with associates and analysts on timelines. And finally, check in with clients on early stage discussions. Whenever investment banks are reaching out to various clients for having initial conversation, it is the responsibility of AVP to take those mandates in their hand and have discussion with those clients to get deals for their company. So that is what they are doing. They are also reviewing with analyst and associate what are the things that are happening on the execution part. That is the work that they do in the morning. In afternoon, they are starting with mid-level client interaction, track overall deal progress, step in for bottlenecks, coordinate with legal, compliance, and financial institution. As we saw in the morning, that whatever clients are still to be onboarded for investment banking deals, the clients that are in progress or ongoing, their AVPs or senior associates will be having conversations with them and have meetings upon what are the things that they need to proceed on. They are then tracking overall deal progress and stepping in for bottlenecks if there is any problem in the deal. And finally, coordinating with legal, compliance, and financial institution. Most of investment banking deal will need help from outside people. That could be for due diligence, that could be for investments, and it is a duty of AVP and senior people to make sure that those relationships are being sustained and work is getting done through them. So that an AVP will be doing for the afternoon time. In the evening, they are reviewing and finalizing decks, going to the clients. Whatever work the analyst and associates have done, now AVP does a final review on it and that goes to the client. Strategic prep for next steps in active mandates. As we saw in morning and afternoon, what are the clients in pipeline or initial conversation? What are the next steps to take on those clients to get mandates from them? And that will be strategic thinking that they will do with senior team. And finally, mentor team members and manage escalation. If there are any problems faced by analysts or associates on the execution part, it is duty of AVP to get them solved. So whatever work they have done in morning and afternoon, in the evening when things are being reviewed, AVP will help them solve those things and get work completed. The final thing, late evening, AVP answers client follow-ups, prep high level for reports for VP or MD, and quiet time for catching up on planning. If there are any client queries that needs to be solved upon, It is late evening when everything else is being sorted. They are looking into it and having discussions on it. There is entire timeline that is created for a particular deal. Using those timeline, there is a report that AVP creates to help the seniors understand on where are we on that particular deal. And it is a quiet time for catching up on how the things should move ahead. And that is about late evening. It is not very much hustling for an AVP or other senior team members as much as it is for analysts and associate, because they are on the execution part of the things and seniors are on the supervision part of things. So that is how work takes place for an AVP on the entire timeline. Next, we have vice president coming in, who is a multi-deal navigator. Let's start with their mornings. They review dashboard of active and prospective deals. Whatever reports the AVP is submitting to senior team, a VP will have a review to it and get an idea of where are we on the entire pipeline. They plan around key client calls and internal briefings. Whatever deals are very prioritized and if VPs think that this deal will be going through successfully, they are planning around it. When should we have calls with the client? When should we have calls with the investors? And they are briefing the team about it and planning accordingly. They coordinate with managing director on pitch strategy or client meetings. Morning for VP is like getting into action, what needs to be done for the deals that are going on and have high chances of getting successful. And that entire day ahead is put around to get those things worked upon. In the afternoon, they will join client lunch meetings to deepen relationships. VPs will go out a lot of time and have normal lunches with various clients to make relationship deeper. They will also go out with various investors. They will go out with the firms that we are working with so that they have a bonding with one another and work gets done with those relationships. In the afternoon post lunch, they would review decks, models and summary notes from the team. As a AVP or a VP, models decks never go out of your work. You have to be on top of it because that is what investment bankers are being paid for. And as a senior person, VP of the team, you are expected to be technical expert in that. And finally, approve presentation structure and key messaging. After having discussion with clients on what needs to be worked upon, then we have evening where they are attending high stakes dinner with clients or stakeholders. Now, as we saw that they are also attending for lunches with clients and everyone, they are also taking investors, they are taking clients on dinners as well, so that there is kind of a bonding and people have trust on whom they are working with. That is how investment bankers are building trust and bonding among people. They are taking strategic decisions with managing directors or clients on deal direction. What needs to be done next is what they are thinking about for the entire deal. Who is the investor that we should reach out to? Who is the acquisition target that we should look out for? Those are kind of strategic decisions that VPs are making. Final one is internal check-ins on deal risks or blocker. If anyone in the team is kind of facing any particular roadblocks, then they are being reported to senior people and they give suggestions on what needs to be done on it. Everything that gets worked in the morning and afternoon is being reviewed and discussed in the evening time. And finally, there is late evening where VPs are reviewing important emails, preparing notes for tomorrow's call. The schedule of senior people like VP and managing director will look very much meeting oriented. There will be very less execution part, and their main task will be to do meetings with the clients, potential clients, with the stakeholders, investors, making relationship, building trust in them, and getting work executed from the other part of the team, which includes associates, analysts, and AVP is kind of a bridge in the between where he is handling the senior team as well as the execution part of the team. So as we can see, second point, reflect on team performance and upcoming pitches. When AVP updates about what the deal is going on, they also mention who is working well, who is not working well, and that's where VP gets an overview of the team performance. And finally, they are responding to client feedback or sending quick follow-ups. They are kind of point of contact for anyone who is senior on the client team. If they need any input on what the work is, what are the next step on the deals, then they will directly coordinate to the VP and get those questions answered. The final position is of managing director, who are also termed as the rainmaker. Rainmaker because they are the ones based on whose connections, based on whose network the entire business is generating revenue and the organization is running. Let's start with their morning. They scan priority updates from client and internal teams. First thing in the morning, they will start having looks on what are the things that have been worked upon for deals, if there are any issues on it or not, is the process going on smoothly. They will hold strategic calls or in-person breakfast meetings with top clients. As we can see that they are also involved in a lot of meetings starting from their morning. They will review business development pipeline and lead sourcing. As we understood that they are rainmakers, that is getting business for the company or organization. For that, they need to review the entire business development pipeline. What are the clients that are in pipeline? From where can we source leads? and that is what their entire strategic decision starts from the morning. In the afternoon, they attend investor board lunches or regulatory briefings. The managing directors have to be on top of what is happening in the entire industry, because they are talking to a lot of clients from various industries. They need to understand the regulatory environment around that particular industry. So they attend a lot of regulatory briefings. They attend investor or board lunches for various companies to understand about their business. Next point, finalize high value pitch strategies with VPs and clients. If there is a client who has been approached by a lot of other investment bank, how do we pitch them the best so that they come to us? And that is how managing directors and VPs are thinking, what is a strategic pitch that we should give them so they take our services. Lead the relationship building with CXOs and institutional investors. They will have casual conversation with CXO level people from companies that investment banking is working with. They could be legal team, compliance team, and building trust and bonding amongst them. They are also in conversation with institutional investors, because a lot of the service and deals that are being done by investment bankers are for fundraising, and for that institutional investors have to be kept happy, and there should be good bonding with them. That's where you will see that managing directors are constantly on the calls having conversation with a lot of people. Next comes evening, where they are hosting or attending high stake dinners to win mandates. As we have understood that the work that director level people are doing is thinking from the perspective of where can we get business from, and that's where they, in the morning also, they are attending a lot of meetings. In the afternoon, they are doing lunches with people who could be potential client for us. In the evening, they are hosting or attending various dinners to get business. Alongside that, they are also influencing board level decision or client negotiation. If there is some problem that the client is facing, they could be the one who could be approached, because they have a lot of industry knowledge. They have experience of working in the industry for a lot of years. That's where their decision power comes into the picture. Lead discussions that can shape the future of the deal. They are attending meetings with the client. It is their face value that is getting the deals done. And finally, in the late evening, you are reflecting on firm level goals and performance metrics. As a managing director who is taking business from a leader's position, it is your responsibility to make the firm reach its goals and the performance metrics. So here you could be thinking, how many deals are we planning to complete in this quarter? What is the team size that we need to expand to? Then you will have light review of proposals, term sheets, or next day decks. Whatever work has been approved by VPs or AVPs, you will just have a review of it if everything is in line and going smoothly. And finally, before closing your day, you are working on what needs to be done tomorrow morning. You are checking your calendar, what is up for the tomorrow's meeting. All right, so that was day of an investment banker at every level of hierarchy. Hope you've got to learn what an investment banker does throughout the day and how the team collaborates and works together in this high stakes environment. If you are starting out in investment banking, it is very important to understand what are the skills required for it. This video explains what are the skills necessary to get started in this industry. So that is it for this video. See you in the next one. Until then, this is Karan Damania taking your leave.